Time now for Focus, and as Catalans vote in a regional election, we have a report on the Catalan National Assembly, or ANC. It's a prominent pro-independence organisation. Its leader was one of the key figures in October's controversial independence vote, and he's now being investigated for sedition. Melina Uwe and Sarah Morris sent us this report.
Hundreds of thousands of people on the streets of Barcelona. A sea of red and yellow to call for the independence of Catalonia. The organisation behind these mass demonstrations is the ANC, the Catalan National Assembly, the powerhouse of the separatist movement.
The ANC is a fundamentally political organization because its only goal since it was founded is to put the independence question in the short term on the agenda of the Catalan political parties, of Catalan society, and of course to help achieve the goal of the Catalan Republic.
The ANC's head is in custody after the banned referendum. Augusto Alcobedo is acting president.
Here is the communications team. They're at work as we speak.
Ahead of the countdown to the election, he's come to mobilise the troops. 6 people are paid full-time to feed social networks. Christophe, a Belgian, is one of them. His job, to convince people on the internet to support Catalan independence.
Most of the time, people outside of Catalonia only have access to the media broadcasted or published from Madrid, the Spanish media, and that's a particular version of Catalan history. And we also want to get our version out there.
To get their version across, ANC activists can draw on serious funding. That includes donations and monthly membership fees.
We've got 80,000 members at the ANC, half of which pay their subscription, and we also sell products and merchandising. We bring out a new product for every demonstration. Look, here's our merchandising area.
Flags, bracelets, posters. Merchandise brings in serious cash for the separatist push.
On our National Day, the 11th of September, we brought out a new yellow T-shirt. We produced 300,000 and we sold them all. It's a source of revenue which allows us to maintain our economic independence. I've bought these badges because I'm doing everything I can to support the cause and to protest against the jailing of Catalan politicians.
Thanks to merchandise and hefty donations, the ANC has been able to pay €3 million in bail for Catalan lawmakers under investigation. The Treasurer says they have €1.5 million left. The ANC isn't a political party but a civic association. It says none of its leaders receive salaries. Augusto Alcobedo is a history lecturer.
The ANC is an organization made up of volunteers. We've all got a job and therefore a salary.
The organization also has a youth section, which is very active at colleges and universities. Julia Vernet joined up at 17.
I don't think I've yet to have a sufficiently defined ideology to get involved in a political party. Apart from the ANC, there is no other global movement that is having a group impact on our demands, and above all, which allows us to decide for ourselves.
The ANC's influence can be felt in all parts of Catalan society, including in the lecture hall for medicine. This evening, Augusto Alcobedo speaks to an audience of doctors who back an independent Catalonia.
Now that Article 155 has been activated by Madrid, it's essential that we win the elections on the 21st. But the most important thing is that we have a plan of action for the 22nd.
The independence leader tells his supporters victory is close.
After the elections, the victory for independence will force Europe to change its attitude. We hope they'll understand that we, Catalans, are Europeans and that we have the same rights as other citizens.
But the latest opinion polls don't show a clear victory for separatists. Many put the Unionist Citizens Party in the lead for the very first time.
For more on this, I'm now joined from Barcelona by a political analyst, Carlos Mascarell Villar. Hello, thank you very much indeed for being with us. Now, the ANC is one of two prominent pro-independence organisations. How long has it been around, and when did it become so influential?
Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for the invitation, first of all. Well, it's been around not since very long. I would say since in the last 5-6 years, it has really grown as the main organization of reference of civil society pro-independence people. They've been so influential because, of course, one of the characteristics of the independentist movement in Catalonia is their capacity to mobilize civil society. So almost those who are in favor of independence are part of ANC, and is an organization really able to mobilize pro-independence people in Catalonia.
So what do you think will happen to it and the parties it supports, the separatists, if the Unionists were to come out on top today?
Well, I think there is, in Catalonia, we have a parliamentary system. So even if the pro-unionist parties come to the top, or Ciudadanos in this case, with Inés Arrimadas on the top, I don't think this will mean that there will be a unionist government. Actually, even if the pro-independence parties have less voices than they used to have in 2015, the probability is that the probability is bigger that the pro-independence parties in coalition, maybe with somebody on the left, with Els Comuns, so the party of the mayor of Barcelona, will get into government than unionists, because it will be probably impossible, or the poll says that they will not reach the absolute majority, the pro-unionist side. And in any case, they are not agreeing in many issues among them, because we need to remember that we have the conservatives, the socialists, and Ciudadanos in the middle. So I don't think this will translate into a unionist government in Catalonia. It's very, very not probable at all.
But if you're right, then the political crisis won't be resolved then, or the issues between Barcelona and Madrid.
Yeah, indeed. That's one of the main challenges, is that regardless of the vote, it seems that the solution will not be easy, in the sense that, in my perspective, I think that it is really probable that we will have a second election, because the only option that would be feasible would be for Esquerra Republicana, so the main left pro-independence party, governing alone with an abstention of all the rest of the independent side and the abstention of the party of the mayor of Barcelona. Of course, abandoning unilaterality. However, this government will be really weak, because of course it's a party that will have around 30 MPs, and they will have to negotiate every law and every initiative with the rest in order to gain the vote. So it's going to be or a really soft government, or elections in the second round. There are other options, like a left government. However, this needs to put into the center the cleavage of the fight between the right and the left in the center of the political debate, while it is not the case. Now it's really about independence, not independence, or a middle solution.
How much is at stake today for the Prime Minister, Mariano Rajoy, who called this election?
Well, I think there's a lot of things at stake for him. However, we need to remember that in any case, in terms of his force at the Catalan level, the Conservatives are the lowest force, or have the lowest MPs in the Catalan parliament already. So in any case, in terms of the supports he will have, even if they will be smaller than before, this has not an impact on the rest of Spain. Actually, they use a lot Catalonia to gain votes in the rest. So the anti-Catalanism or anti-independentist, anti-separatist movement in Spain, it gets really, mobilized with this issue. So for him in the elections itself, there is nothing at stake. The problem there is if the majority of independentist parties win the elections, he will have a problem, because then how the Article 155 will be implemented again, the conflict will not be solved. And especially in the case that Ciudadanos, who is a party competing with them, has a very nice result, regardless if they form a government or not, this can have an impact also at the Spanish level, because of course they are also present in the Spanish Congress. So it's quite complex for him too.
All right, well, we really appreciate your time and your analysis. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, Carlos Mascarell Villar.